it's Marissa
and Shauna.
Today's video is gonna be
our Paris vacation disaster.
Oh my god, just hearing you say that, I cringe.
It brings back the memories.
Because I know all of the cringe moments.
I feel like social media is definitely not real life, and I remember when we went on this trip, everyone was like, oh, this looks amazing, this looks so fun.
Because you just see the photos and you're like, oh my god, it's so pretty, oh, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very beautiful city, but okay, a couple years ago we went to Paris and the trip was like a complete nightmare.
God.
But that's not what you saw on social media, so we're giving you guys the real story, the real
talk, the real tea. And I remember we tried to post a video there and it was like, upload time is 10 hours and 6 minutes, and so we didn't post while we were there because it was just like, oh,
yeah,
so bad. And I wanted to say a quick thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. And Squarespace is an amazing platform where you can build a website or an online store.
Yeah, they make it super easy to run your online presence, run your business.
So this was back in 2017 and the beginning of 2017, and we had just hit 1 million subscribers, and I feel like this was kind of like a treat. Like we were like, oh, so excited, and like, you know, we found a really good deal on an Airbnb. It was really affordable. So yeah, it was just like the timing was perfect. Everything seemed all in order to just go off to Paris.
Yeah, I had been to Paris before, but this was Marissa's first time in Paris.
First time.
So yeah, first time in Paris was, you know,
a little shaky.
Okay, so let's start with when we first got there and we got off the plane and we arrived in the city at this Airbnb that I had booked. So it was a really good location right next to the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, no, the location was really good, but I remember we had gotten there hours later than we were supposed to because our flight was super delayed. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that when the airport delays your flight. So we got there hours late. I remember it was like freezing cold.
It was super late at night too. So we got there and there was nobody there to let us in. So imagine the two of us standing there with all of our suitcases.
Oh my god, so many suitcases.
So many suitcases. We just come off, you know, a really long flight.
Really long flight.
We were exhausted. Like, we're two young women alone in the middle of the dark in the freezing cold, and nobody could let us in. And it was so
also
horrible.
We didn't have like Wi-Fi or phones that could call, because we didn't want to, like, international calling is so expensive and there was really no need for it if you're connected to Wi-Fi. So we didn't have international, like, we couldn't, there was no way to reach anyone. Basically there was like, it was hell. Like, we had to like find someone, ask to use their phone, and then I remember it didn't like work. So we had to go try and find Wi-Fi in the middle of night. I think I was like watching our bags and you were trying to get Wi-Fi.
You were watching the bags, and I was like, I literally started just approaching French people on the street and asking to use their cell phones.
Oh my god.
It was so just cringy. But like, this is the side nobody sees.
Oh my god.
People only see like the cute photos of us eating pastries, but so when we finally got into the Airbnb, and it took a while, it was freezing cold. There was no heat. There was also one blanket for 2 people, and the listing had said that it could sleep up to 4 people, but there was only 1 blanket.
Like, how are you gonna share 1 blanket with 4 people?
I mean, it was just the 2 of us, but like we each wanted our own separate space to sleep. Like, I think one of us slept on the bed, one of us slept on the couch.
I slept on the couch.
But the
I know, because night, I remember.
But the first night we had to sleep in the same bed because there was only 1 blanket.
Did we? Sleep in the same bed?
Because, I mean, what else would we have done? There was only 1 blanket.
I think I just bundled up. Like, I remember like bundling up and just wearing a lot of sweaters.
Because it was so cold. So the next problem we had with the Airbnb was, and as if it couldn't get even worse, a couple days into our trip, the power goes out.
Yeah, so the power went out, everything's like pitch black, and it was just us. It was just our little like little house hut
Yeah.
thing that went out. And so we actually had to, because the owner like couldn't get anyone out there till the next day or whatever, we literally had to go grab some stuff, go spend the night in a hotel. It's just like so inconvenient because it's like you can't like move all your stuff. It's all unpacked and then it's all in the dark too. So it's like there's no way to like move to a different Airbnb. Like it was just impossible. So we just had to grab some stuff, go to a hotel for the night, and it was just really bad.
I mean, doing that in the middle of our vacation, like having to go stay in a hotel, it was so stressful. And also, just let me remind you, when the power goes out, the Wi-Fi goes out too.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, how are you supposed to get in contact with anyone?
Back
how
to
are
the
you supposed
hotel.
to, like, look up other places to stay? Like, you do everything with Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So I had to like physically walk down the street to find another hotel, go in, try to explain to them in like my French that we needed to stay there for the night. It was so bad.
It was really bad. And then like it was just bad.
Yeah.
I remember we did an Instagram live stream when we were in the hotel.
I know.
Because it was just so like, it was so funny when we actually had Wi-Fi at that point. But yeah, it was really bad. So the Airbnb was like a big struggle in and of itself, and we really learned our lesson. Don't book an Airbnb that doesn't have a lot of great reviews already, because this one didn't have that many. Like, it was so new that I feel like
there was only like 3 reviews or something.
Yeah, I feel like none of the kinks had been worked out. Like, it was clearly very like, the person was probably just starting to get into Airbnb, so they didn't realize like, when you say it fits 4 people, you should really have more than one blanket. Like, you should really have some sort of heat, and you should really make sure your guests get the key when they check in.
I know.
Like, just basic things like that.
So that was the first thing we wanted to talk about, why the trip was kind of, I mean, it wasn't a complete disaster, but there were many disastrous elements to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the second thing we want to talk about is when we went shopping at Chanel.
Oh, shopping at Chanel. And like, I feel like when you're a tourist, it's very exciting. It's like, oh, Emily in Paris. I mean, I know this was like long before that TV show came out, but it's like, you want to be all cute and like gossip girly and like, oh, let me look at the bags, let me look at everything.
So we went to the most famous Chanel location in Paris, which is on Rue Cambon, and this is the Chanel headquarters in Paris. It's the most famous Chanel store, and it's very touristy. And we were walking around. Marissa and I had just hit 1 million subscribers, so we were looking to get ourselves a little present. And as we were leaving the store, because we were just browsing that first day, the security guard stopped us. And he pulled aside Marissa specifically and searched her bag.
Yeah.
Like, it was so weird and humiliating.
And I remember just being like, why me? Like, I didn't do anything. Like, I'm no thief, but I'm certainly not a thief at Chanel. Like, I'm not about to go to French jail and be locked up for like stealing a $6,000 handbag. Like, I'm not a stupid head. Like, so I was like, I opened my bag, showed him everything inside, but it was just annoying because it was like, there were so many people coming in and out.
Yeah.
You were fine, but it was just me. It was like
just her for some reason.
Do I just have a look that says like, I just stole something on my face? But I don't know, like, it was fine because obviously I had nothing to hide. I didn't steal anything, nothing fell in my bag.
I know. He spent like a couple minutes looking in your bag and then just let us go.
But it was just like, also humiliating because it it really makes you not want to buy anything because it's just like, why am I being randomly searched all of a sudden?
It was very embarrassing. I feel like they really left us with a really negative experience.
Yeah, and I remember even asking like, what's wrong? Did I do something? And obviously he was French, so he was French. Enough said. No, but I remember him just like not even telling me it, like just being like, it's fine, like just like waving me off.
Yeah.
But it's just like, you couldn't have even told me why you searched
Yeah.
my bag? Like,
We ended up, on one of the last days of our trip, we went to a different Chanel store, and this was the Chanel store on Avenue Montaigne, and this is much less touristy. I have always had a much better experience there, and we went there to that Chanel store, and the experience was totally different.
oh my god, the guy was so nice. We loved him. I forgot what his name was. I would shout him out, but I forgot what his name was, but
He was super sweet. Apparently, I have the same name as his sister. Like, his sister is also named Shauna.
oh yeah, he was chatting us up, giving us food recommendations, talking to us, and like we did end up getting like those pair of earrings, which are technically mine, and this necklace, which is technically hers. So we did end up buying, you know, cute little things there, and I just think it's like, it's really about the experience, because if we had had a good experience at the first one, maybe we would have bought something.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so that's just another thing. It's like Chanel seems so glamorous until you
I
get there
know.
and they treat you like you're a criminal.
I know. So we had a couple photo shoots planned for when we were in Paris, and I believe we had about 3 planned.
Yeah.
And this was all while the whole Airbnb fiasco's going on, no power, no heat, like, so that's stressful in and of itself. And the last one we did, I think the photographer was like, oh, I have this, you know, friend who owns a boutique with all these dresses, like they can loan you some dresses.
It wasn't boutique, she was a stylist.
Oh, she was a right. She was a stylist. I just thought it was a boutique because it's like you go in and it's clothes
There's, like,
everywhere.
racks of clothes everywhere.
Yeah, no, she was a stylist, and so she was like, oh, like I can loan you these dresses for the photo shoot. And I was thinking, oh yeah, like that's cool. Like yeah, who doesn't want to wear a pretty dress at the Eiffel Tower? Okay.
Yeah. So we went to this, you know, this stylist location, and the most embarrassing thing is that none of the dresses fit us. All the dresses were between size like 0 to 2.
Yeah. And it was like, and I could just see as she was handing me stuff. I remember she handed me this yellow dress, both of us this yellow dress. And I remember we both really liked it, but I could just see in our faces like, this ain't gonna fit either of us. Like, I knew it wasn't gonna fit, but I had to at least try to like entertain it.
I know. Well, she actually, I don't know if she was just saying this to try to make us feel better or if this was actually true, but she said that she did have larger dresses in our size, but that they were being loaned out to a famous actress who was like in town promoting some movie. So I don't know if she was just trying to make us feel better or...
Yeah, actress. Which actress? No.
Yeah, so eventually we found like literally the only 2 dresses in the entire place that would fit us.
Yeah.
And so those were the dresses we ended up wearing.
Mine was a black sparkly long dress.
Yeah, mine was black too. I mean, they looked gorgeous. Like the dresses were
good,
both
yeah.
beautiful, but it was just trying on dress after dress after dress and being like, this doesn't fit. I'm so sorry.
And then during the photo shoot, it's like, you better make this dress look good. Like, it's the only one that would fit ya. And we took so many beautiful, wonderful, gorgeous photos, like at the Eiffel Tower, pastries, of all that stuff. And I think it would be really cool to display all of those photos on like a website or a blog, such as Squarespace. And I highly recommend using Squarespace to, you know, build a website or to really create and achieve whatever goal you want in terms of like photography or website or blog.
Yeah, Squarespace is really easy to use, even if you're not tech savvy. They have a lot of different formats and templates to choose from. So you pretty much just decide how you want your website to look. Like you just pick a template and kind of just like click and drag and personalize it. It's really easy to use. Honestly, the hardest part about using Squarespace is deciding which template to go with because they're all so pretty.
And it's an all-in-one platform, so they handle everything for you, you know, getting your domain name, hosting your site.
They have 24/7 customer support. They offer a free trial as well.
So check out squarespace.com to sign up. You can choose your layout and design your website. And when you're ready to launch, you can visit squarespace.com/MarissaRachel and you can get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain name.
Yeah, so that was our Paris disaster nightmare story.
Yes.
It just goes to show that like the images you see on Instagram do not tell the whole story.
Because there are some traveling nightmares, let me tell you. Behind every cute Paris photo, there was some behind the scenes disasters.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of other horror stories we have from traveling, but I'm like, oh, I've blocked them all out.
We've had plenty of them.
Oh gosh, we love you guys. Mwah. Big kiss and bye bye.